Good morning, or good afternoon, good late evening, whatever it happens to be. I just wanted to introduce myself for the course that you signed up for. It's formerly known as Ag Computers. Um, it's taught at Casper College. You may or may not be on campus while taking this course, but we're glad to have you. We're going to explore a lot of things within this course. I just wanted to kind of give you a brief outline and explanation of what the course involves and what will be expected of you. You know, a lot of you are going to be very concerned about your grade throughout the course. Through Moodle, you should be able to access how you're doing throughout the course. The way I grade is we just accumulate all the points throughout the semester, and I don't there's 14 or 1500 points, and if you get 90% or better, that's an A. 80% to 89 is a B, and so on and so forth. Kind of explained in the syllabus, real simple and straightforward, I think. So if you have a question about your grade, first consult the grade book, and of course if there's any discrepancies or questions and that sort of thing, you certainly contact me either through my email or just give me a call. We're going to use Google and Google Drive primarily to as a vehicle to talk about and to teach most of the portions of this class. And I just want to kind of lay some of your concerns if you have them, and you may not. That's okay too. You know, Google gives us the opportunity to access spreadsheets, documents, actually build your own websites, hang out like the one I'm doing right now, which is just a conversation, a video conversation, but I'm just recording. I can have this hangout actually between, up to 15 people at a time, although that is fairly chaotic. But anyway, we're just going to use it as a vehicle. It seems like every semester we have a few Google haters out there, and that's okay. I don't mind that. It's not about Google. It's about learning the process. There's a whole bunch of programs out there that will actually give you access to spreadsheets and documents and things like that. Microsoft is probably the most popular product, but in trying to keep this course so that it's economical to you and accessible, we're just going to use Google Drive to facilitate that. So don't think that I'm a worshiper of Google. It's just I want to keep things kind of cheap for you. And some of you, that may be a major concern. When I was in college, and that may have been a long time ago, but that certainly was a consideration. Hopefully you'll have some fun, you'll learn some things and things like that. I don't expect it to be, I don't want to say too challenging, but it shouldn't be too hard for most of you. Those of you that don't have a lot of computer experience, you might have to delve into it. You might have to give me a few calls and we can get you lined out and things like that. But it's going to be fairly straightforward, and we're going to do some kind of amazing things. You know, computers have had the promise. I've been working with them since the early 80s, but have had the promise that we would be able to become more efficient and work together better as a result of using computers. And finally, and this is almost 30 years later, or is 30 years later, that we actually have that. Programs like Google and Microsoft are now available to us over the cloud, and more than one person can work on the same spreadsheet, document, and things like that. So I want you to understand that, we're within the work environment. We'll be able to access at a blink of an eye and actually exchange information and question people that are in the know about particular subjects and things like that by just accessing some of these programs. So everything's becoming computerized, and if you're going to stay up to date in any industry, and definitely agriculture, you're going to have to become more computerized in all of that. I mean, I wouldn't even believe that I could do this. My wife's driving up in her van right now, and I'm sitting out on the front porch looking out at my pasture. And so I'm communicating with you with all of that. And this has just become accessible to anybody. And this happens to be a free service by, Google. So a couple of things that you'll have to understand within this course. You have been assigned a Casper College email address. Hi, sis. This is my dog right here. You can take a look at it. Well, there's her tail. Anyway, we'll get back to the course. The Casper College email address is going to be used really heavily within this course, and you will actually turn in all of your assignments through Google and that email address. So if you don't know it, you need to know it. I actually have the email address of each one of your students, and each one of you, and if you have a question about what it is, then certainly get a hold of me, and I can email it to you through the Moodle email. It's not going to work if you don't know it and I email you, okay? You knew that before I did. Anyway, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. The other part of it is that if you're having trouble, especially this semester, I want to explain myself a little bit, is that I have a full-time job besides just teaching this one course this semester, and it actually involves guiding and outfitting on the National Forest up here, and I'm going to be gone a lot, and hopefully you understand that. I may not be accessible to you. That doesn't mean you don't try to contact me. Hopefully, we can converse on the email, and you're certainly very, very, we'd like to have you call. I'd like to speak to you and meet you and things like that. But we're extremely busy in the fall, and I don't have access to a computer for days on end. So if you are having problems, I would say that your classmates are a great resource. There's a lot of resources as far as on the internet that can help you if you have a question. For any question we have these days, we say, well, Google it and see if there's an answer. And that actually is a very good solution if you have a small question or thing like that may help you complete an assignment, or if you have an actual question. We're going to go through some of the mechanics of using spreadsheets, documents, and some of the other programs within Google Drive, and then we're going to do quite a few projects where you're going to come up with the project itself. And so, I don't have a problem with, people cheating and things like that in this course so much, and I'm mostly interested in you learning something and using it in your into the future. In fact, and I'm going to explain this a little bit later, I give you extra credit if you will use Google Drive, whether a spreadsheet, whether a document, in any other course that you have. Or maybe this is your only class and you're in business. Have had students from all over the country, and actually a few international students take this class. So if you're involved in anything else and you turn that particular file into me through Google Drive and build it within Google Drive, I'll give you 10 points extra, and I mean free. So I want you to actually use it. I know if you're a full-time student that you're always creating documents. You may be creating some spreadsheets and some analytical stuff. If you'll use Google Drive, just think, all you have to do is you're going to use it anyway. You're going to turn it into your other course, but you share it with me, and you get extra credit. So can't beat a deal like that. Um, just to kind of this is getting a little bit long, but again, if you need any help, of course, email me. Again, I'm not very available this semester, but I will answer them as soon as I'll spend all night if I have to. But we really, really want to welcome you to Ag Computers for the fall of 2014. And we're glad to have you in the course. I hope you learn some things. I hope you go out and use it. You guys are the generation that are going to continue make agriculture a whole lot better than it has been. And we're going to empower you with some more tools. Is all we're going to do. If you'll stay on schedule and complete the work, I don't think on that part of it you're going to have a huge problem. And just don't let it get to the end of the semester and say, well, I've got 10 assignments that aren't made up. On that, I know I was going to close here, but I wanted to tell you that we have a policy. The assignments are due the week they're due. Okay. If you want to turn them in later, you can get up to 80% on them anytime throughout the semester. That's not a real good response to not turning it in. You start out with an 80. That's the maximum I'll give you if you turn it in late. And there is a timestamp on all things that turned in, so I can tell when you turn it in. So that's not a big deal. But if you're having a problem, then communicate that with me. I will show a lot of grace within this class because I'm not available like most instructors are, especially for this semester. But if you'll let me know you're having problems and you're actively working on them, then that goes a long ways for what we're going to do in the semester, okay? I will try also to open up a couple of weeks ahead of time so that you guys that are on extracurricular activities and there are others in the class that are, they're in business for themselves. They have busy schedules and they may want to get ahead, and you're certainly willing to do that. I will have some forum posts that I want you to communicate to the class through. Okay, those are due the week that they are posted. Okay, I do not give credit at all for late posts. So I want you interacting with the other students in the class in this forum, and interacting with me. With the simple questions, I may ask you to expand on a particular question on technology, on using computers in business, using them in agriculture and things like that. So they're timely posts, and if you post later, nobody else gets to read what you have to say. We want to give everybody a chance to have their say in this course. So there isn't any credit for any forum posts that are done late. So I would invite you to visit the Moodle site for this course as many times within the week. Please don't hold off and visit it on Friday. Most of our assignments are going to be due on Friday. Okay? All right. Thank you. I know I've gotten a little bit long-winded here. I didn't mean to do that, but we are really glad to have you. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great semester. You guys that are on the rodeo team and the livestock judging, good luck to you. If you're a typical freshman in college, we just welcome you to the college, and we've got a great ag department with the addition of the ranch, outside of town and things like that. We're really looking forward and excited for this year to get going. Okay, so thank you, and have a great semester again.